Taiwan now responds to Chinese provocations. Taiwan has put out a video of its war machines. Remember, as much as we say Taiwan and its military capabilities may not be of match to China, the mighty China, but it seems like Taiwan there not missing an opportunity to show its own strength. Taiwan now responding to Chinese provocation. Taiwan puts out a video of its war machines. What does this really mean, Gaurav, at this point?
You know, it's very interesting. What is Taiwan putting out? What are the images that Taiwan's putting out? Remember, Taiwan is one country that understands China like few others, or perhaps like no other. They understand the DNA, they understand the thinking, and they react accordingly. Others may treat China perhaps with some reverence. As far as Taiwan is concerned, they know the only way to save themselves is to show their strength. That's exactly what they're doing. Showcasing the submarines, showcasing their fighter jets, showcasing their armored personal carriers. That's what did China do earlier today and in the past couple of days. They had their battle groups saying prepared for war. They had their amphibious assault vehicles out on beaches. They had their fighter jets. They had their ships. So China was showing their strength. Did Taiwan buckle under pressure? Not at all. What did Taiwan do? Taiwan is also now showing its weapons, including its attack helicopters. And, you know, Carries can tell us better. She understands, this problem far better. And Carries, when Taiwan puts out its own video, is this for domestic audience, given what in social media they're seeing what China is putting out? But is this also a message that is going out to China?
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. It goes to China, it goes domestically, and it goes to the broader world. It's very important for Taiwan to show its commitment, especially with Pelosi making such an effort, putting the United States in a more difficult position, putting China in a very difficult position. So certainly Taiwan needs to do everything it can to show that it is willing, capable, deserving of the kind of support that it seeks.
Okay, and if I could just read out a statement that's come from the armed forces in Taiwan. It says, "We are resolved to uphold our sovereignty, liberty and democracy. We are not eager for a fight, nor will we shy away from one." So Nabila, very, very clearly resolute, and this exactly is what the president of Taiwan stands for. Strong, does not look for a fight, but does not shy away from one either, Nabila.
You know, at this point, the kind of support that China is receiving, that's also something that we've got to closely look. Gaurav, we're looking at, of course, Russia giving unending and unconditional support to China. We know why. We also see Pakistan now, who's vouched for the one China policy, and then Iran stepping in to say the same, that this is not right on the United States' parts to interfere with one's territory, and this is what the United States does. Maybe speaking with experience, Iran there commenting on United States interfering and landing in Taiwan at this point. So how does this perception really come about in the larger scheme of things?
So enemy's enemy is friend. Caris, isn't that the best way to look at it? America hostile to Russia, to an extent now China and to Iran, and suddenly Iran, Russia, Pakistan more a client state of China, and Pakistan rally around China. Is this how this should be looked at? Just words so that China does not appear isolated?
This is a very important question, especially for us in Israel. We are concerned about China's support of Iran. Iran has made ongoing existential threats to the existence of the Jewish state of Israel. But it is not unexpected that this is a grouping that will be supportive of China, and it's also understandable that China is going to seek some kind of national recognition of its position. The BRICS, we have the BRICS grouping,
yes.
But not all of the BRICS countries are jumping in to show support, obviously. I'm talking now to India, and it has a very different perspective. So I think we should expect this kind of support. What it actually means is questionable. I think down the line, from Israel's perspective and those in the Gulf who are concerned about Iran, the question will be, does China owe anything to Iran for this kind of support? My guess is very little. China is beyond the stronger one in the bilateral relationship. The Iranians are quite frustrated about that. And the Chinese themselves are doing business in Iran is extremely difficult. It's not easy for the Chinese there. So on the one hand, it is disconcerting. On the other, the reality on the ground is, I would say, sort of works in our favor.